is January 2nd. First sit of the 2024 year for me. Haven't hunted now since, I think it was the 18th of December when filmed JP shoot one up in North Dakota, and we decided that we're just taking a break till after the holidays. But we are back here in Iowa, and I have 2 tags in my pocket. I got a muzzleloader tag, and I'm still carrying my archery tag. Tonight, I got the bow with me. We're sitting a spot on the main farm. On the north end, I hung this tree stand in here like 3 years ago. I was telling Ross we might have to do a little trimming because I hung this stand like 3 years ago and I've never sat in it. I've always ran a camera on a scrape tree out here, and I've always kind of leaned towards going to a different stand, but the last 2 nights I've had good bucks come across this top on the cameras and hit this scrape, so we're gonna see if we can get them to do it a 3rd time. Another one. Another doe. I'm gonna sit down just so I'm ready in case something steps out. One of these bucks is gonna come out here tonight. I got a feeling. All does still. It's been a pretty eventful sit. We pretty much had deer moving, I would say, from about 3:45 until 4:45. Probably a good solid hour of deer movement, and surprisingly it kind of shut down. We do still have about 10 minutes. We're not out of the game yet here tonight, but figured we'd go ahead and close her out in case we lose Lite and get covered by deer. But if nothing happens here in the next 10 minutes, we'll see you tomorrow.
2023 internship wraps up. Ross and I have come a long way in our photography, videography, editing, hunting, and overall knowledge of the hunting industry.
Applications are open. If you're interested in an internship with a Breaking Point, you can send your cover letter and resume to the link in the description.
If interested in the 2024 internship, the deadline is March 13th. Send your cover letter and resume in to the email in the description of this video.
In there. Like a glove. It's January 4th today. Ross and I are on a piece of public. I've been running cameras in here for a few weeks. There's a secluded field back in here. It was planted in soybeans this year. They harvested about 2/3 of it, and they left this end of the field standing. It's not much. Maybe an acre, not even. But there's a lot of beans still out there. And I've been getting pretty decent deer movement in here. We're getting aggressive. We brought the decoy with us, and I brought my bow. Not required to wear blaze orange right now since I'm bow hunting, but I figured since we got a decoy out in front of us, I'd throw my blaze orange hat on. We're gonna have about an hour and a half till dark. See what shows up. Buck coming across the field. He's focused on the decoy. He's literally straight across. Can you see him? See him? Just wait for him to start walking. I'm pretty sure he's focused on the decoy. Here comes another buck. Right in the back left corner of the standing beans. See what happens here. What's that? Okay. What's that? I'm gonna try to snort wheeze just because we got nothing to lose. He doesn't really care, does he? He's slowly coming this way, but he ain't gonna make it in time.
I just got back to camp. Never got it closed tonight. Literally, I turned around and told Ross, I said, let's close it out. We probably had 5-10 minutes left. And I look across the bean field, and a buck stepped out of the timber. It was dead quiet out, and he never made a sound, never cracked a stick. We had no idea he was around. He came out onto the field, and I just started feeding him the beans. Wasn't a minute or two later. To the left of him, we seen another buck coming onto the field. They were blending into the field just with it being overcast and just how dark everything is. They blended right in. If it wasn't for the white racks, wouldn't have even seen them. But they come onto the field. Ross could see them better than I could through the camera. He said one of them was a 6x5 younger deer with a lot of potential. I believe the other was a 9-pointer.
Yeah.
But they kind of kept their distance. They seen the decoy, but didn't pay much attention to it. Just kind of fed in the beans, probably 60, 70 yards from us until it got dark. And we got out of there, and I actually pulled all my cameras out of there on our way out. I've got another place in mind. I haven't had anything real big in that spot. There's one buck I wanted to see as a double split G2 buck, but no consistency, and we're running out of time to be playing those games. So tomorrow we are going to move all those cameras to another spot and get eyes on a whole different area, see what's around. and come up with a game plan for tomorrow night.
Down. Got me down.
I'm happy with them. Really excited to put a wrap on a quick North Dakota season for myself.
Holy smokes. That is a heck of a deer.
It's January 7th. Time's ticking here in Iowa. We got 4 nights remaining here, including tonight. Ross and I changing it up tonight. We're on the permission piece. Spot I got a cage blind set up. It's actually the same cage blind I hit that buck back in November out of. I feel pretty good. We had a good buck, a nice. I think he's at least 6 years old. On camera last night, it was well after shooting light, but I usually get that buck on camera about 2 miles from here. So the fact that he's over here, and with the limited bedding cover around here, there's a pretty good chance that he's tucked up in this cedar thicket to the south of us. Got about 2 hours till dark. Hoping for a little luck on our side. Is he missing a brow tine? I think he is. Yeah, I know which deer it is. He's the one standing all by himself, ain't he?
Well, it is January 8th. As you guys seen, we got covered up at last light again. Last night we ended up seeing, I don't even know, it's hard to kind of keep track, but I'm going to say roughly 10 does and fawns, and then had one decent 8-pointer. Deer I've got quite a few pictures of. I think he's just a touch young. 3, possibly 4, but definitely no older than that. He stepped out in the field and fed in the alfalfa probably right around 90 yards-ish. Gave us every opportunity to shoot him, but just not the buck we were in there after. The one we were after never showed. No pictures of him last night, but we got snow coming here. It's supposed to start about 11 o'clock this morning, and it's supposed to snow for like 24 hours. They're calling anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow, so tonight could be really good. We're going to head back to that piece of public we hunted a few nights ago on the standing beans. We have changed our setup just a little bit. I think we're in a better position. Before we were hunting it on a northwest. Tonight we have an east wind, so we moved further down the field and kind of tucked off on the south edge of the field, so we think we can cheat the wind. Should be interesting. These deer, I think, are going to have to kick it in overdrive here, hitting the food with this snow coming. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm excited to get in a tree. We're just hanging out here, killing some time. And we'll be heading out here in a little bit. Well, we made her to the parking spot here. Luckily, we were the first ones here. We rolled in here about 12 o'clock, which is plenty early. probably gonna hang out here for another, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. We figure if we're in the tree by 2, which will give us 3.5 hours till dark. The snow is just starting and it's coming down pretty heavy already. I think we're gonna have a awesome hunt tonight.
It's just after 3 o'clock right now. We got a little over 2 hours till dark. The snow is coming down hard, has been. Pretty much all late season, our movement has been last light. I think that's gonna change tonight. These deer are gonna be feeling it. They're gonna have to come out and eat. Just praying for a big one to step out. Could happen anytime tonight. Wind's holding true, so I like our chances here. Gonna sit tight. Pray something happens here. Good buck. Where's he at? Yeah, what the hell? They get our wind. What's that second? What's the second one? Okay. We're down to the last 5 minutes here. It was pretty slow all afternoon, and probably about a half hour ago we had some deer filtering through the woods behind us. Not where we were expecting them to come from. I didn't get a good look, but Ross said one of them was a pretty nice buck. Sure enough, they got downwind of us. It looked like they ran back into the timber. If nothing happens here in the next few minutes, I'm gonna back out of here. Come up with a plan for tomorrow. We're coming down to the last 2 nights, so it's crunch time now. January 10th. It is the final day of the Iowa muzzleloader season. Ross and I kind of started our late season push here back on the 2nd of January. I think this is our eighth sit in a row here. We've kind of been jumping around between public and permission pieces. We've been mostly on public land here. We've had some good hunts. We've seen quite a few deer. A couple nice bucks, just not quite what we were looking for. We're back on a permission piece tonight in the cage blind. Ross and I sat here, I believe, 3 or 4 nights ago, and we ended up seeing around 10 deer. One pretty nice up-and-comer buck, 3, maybe 4-year-old. But last night, right at last light, I got a picture of a buck that I know real well. I've got like 5 years of photos of him. He's a really old buck, big, mature, heavy. And he's been MIA on the farm since late October, I think. But he showed up last night, right at dark. And then I got a couple pictures of him on this alfalfa field throughout the night. So I think there's a chance that he might come back out here tonight. And a chance is all that we're looking for. So we're going to sit tight. Hopefully we can end the year on a bang. If not, it's been a hell of a season. And they're always going to be bigger next year. So we got about 2.5 hours till dark. See if we can't hit a walk-off here in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah. This is mistress, man. 100%. Just be careful, this one doe is just right down here. I think the one on the right's a much bigger deer. Yeah. That 8's coming out with a scrape. It's a different buck. The one that's out in the field, that's not the one from the other night. Plenty of light. Another deer coming back there. Where all of them came from. Please be him. It's a doe. Maybe he'll be with her. That doe's looking back again. What's your light at? -0.3.
Well, that is a wrap on my 2023 season here in Iowa. Action-packed hunt. Couldn't ask for much more other than a shooter to step out. We've seen, I don't know how many, 7 or 8 different bucks, couple really nice up-and-comers, some does. I can't hardly believe that big one didn't step out. That last half hour, it just felt right. But he was a no-show. But that's going to be a wrap on my 2023 season. We kind of kicked around the idea heading to either Illinois or Oklahoma. Both of those seasons are open for another 4 or 5 days. But we're saying to hell with it. It's been a good year for the crew. Got to thank Ross and Charlie, our 2023 interns, for following us around this fall. Got to thank Ross, especially here, hunting hard with me the last 8 days. We're excited to announce that we're bringing him on full-time. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of him, a lot more of his work. As far as everything else goes, thanks again for watching the shows throughout the year. All the continued support means the world to us. And I'm pretty sure I'm the last one standing here hunting for the year. So content moving forward. Stay tuned. We'll be getting into the shed hunting here coming up. And then wheels are already turning for next year. I got some things I want to do on the permission farms down here in Iowa. And thanks again for watching, guys.